There are so many aspects to building a stadium, but the first question is why and the need. I think FIFA is moving, as a recommendation, it's moving away from a model where we build huge stadiums just for one particular tournament and then don't have a plan as to how to use them beyond that. So there has to be a sustainable business model and a need, an operational need. There's no point building huge stadiums. I mean, look at what's happening in Qatar at the minute for the World Cup. They're building some big stadiums, but they're specifically building them so they can be scaled down after the World Cup. So after FIFA is gone and the demand isn't there, they're going to be reduced in size. So that's just an example. Really, it's really about the long-term use. FIFA is about to launch for the first time in 10 years some stadium guidelines, which will be available to the stadium industry later this year. And in the past, FIFA has given guidance on what you need to do for FIFA World Cup and other big tournaments. But that ethos is changing. We're now wanting to get the message out there. Every stadium's unique. It needs to be built for local needs, for local customs, and for local budgets. FIFA doesn't, it's not responsible for FIFA to be imposing a lot of regulations and requirements that actually aren't needed longer term. I mean, that said, there are obviously some aspects to it, like the safety point of view, which is non-negotiable. But coming back to it, it's about need. It's about what the stadium is going to be used for long term. Yes, it's great to scale up for tournaments, but there's no point building a big stadium for a tournament and then actually it remains empty or dormant after that. There has to be a longer term business plan, hopefully with football use. Hopefully it can then promote a growing club scene and people will come and watch club matches or national team matches there, but also to think about how else that stadium can be used on a day-to-day basis. Maybe other sporting events, cultural events, but also using the stadium building and structure to generate revenue longer term.
You use the word sustainable, but what does it mean for FIFA to have a sustainable stadium? I mean, in the long run, what does it mean? What it takes?
Well, I mean, I think the key thing is to have something that's going to be used over a long period of time, and used not only as a pitch, but also, in terms of the stadium structure in itself. It's, it needs to have that long-term use. I mean,